Hello and welcome everybody. My name is Lisa and I'm also known as Job Coach Germany. Welcome to number 45 of my career coaching drop-in session. And today it's all about the intense use of LinkedIn. So a couple of weeks ago, I've already shared a little bit of information, like a brief overview of how you should set up your LinkedIn profile. And then later on, I also talked about how you could actually use this German version of LinkedIn called Xing or Crossing. And if you are interested in those, you can always go onto my YouTube channel and check out those videos. But today it's more about the intensive use of LinkedIn and what you should focus on being a job seeker yourself, and obviously looking for the right direction in what it actually is. What actually is important for recruiters to read about you when they take a look at your LinkedIn profile. And Zamani is here, hi. Just a couple of things. If you are interested in learning German, you can click the link on my bio and go on to Learn German with Lisa or Learn German with Gymlish and Wunderbla. So I have this wonderful collaboration partner who is offering 1 month of free online course to learn German for you. So you can just simply click on the link in my bio. So lisajans.com/links, and then you will find that. And then the second thing that I wanted to point out today is that on Thursday, so tomorrow, the Tech Jobs Fair in the United States is happening. So from 1 to 7 p.m., the Tech Jobs Fair is happening in the United States. So this might be of interest to any one of you who is seeking a career in IT, the digital industry, or also software development and so on. So this is really, really helpful for you if you want to spread or increase your network and get a lot more LinkedIn connections as well. Yeah, so stay tuned for that, and let's dive right into our topic of today. So it's all about LinkedIn. Okay, so you should use your LinkedIn profile to tell a story about yourself. So I don't know what you're doing in your free time or how you work and how talks and speeches are set up in your everyday life, but storytelling is something that is very dominant nowadays. And that's why it's also important for you to implement that idea of storytelling in your profile. So use the information from your CV or resume and try to make a story out of it, okay? And this is what LinkedIn is for. Normally, you only have a very condensed frame where you can write about your skills, your work experience, your academic background when you are writing your CV or preparing your resume. LinkedIn can be used to increase that frame, basically. Yeah, so you can use additional information and share that through your LinkedIn profile and make this story, as we call, round. Yeah, so make it thorough and just make it consistent so that everything really adds up, and be very authentic. Yeah, so I just spoke to one of my coachees on Monday, and that was really, really interesting to learn that or see that he is living up to his own standards, not what the society expects of him, but especially when it comes to just simply authentically writing down what you're currently doing. Yeah, and what are the benefits of that position that you're currently fulfilling? What are ups and downs, and what are maybe obstacles that you have overcome? Yeah, so there is no difficulty or there is no issue when it comes to failures. but show the recruiters how you get out of that, how you made use of that failure, okay? So this is something that is really important when it comes to storytelling, okay? And you should also know your audience when it comes to your LinkedIn profile. So first of all, you have your resume that you're normally sending to the employers, and you use that as the base for your story that you're about to tell on your LinkedIn profile. And you can already fill all of the information that you have on your CV. You can fill that in your LinkedIn profile. But then you want to make sure that you're adding specific keywords that are important for your audience. So if you are interested in a job in marketing, make sure that you point out these marketing keywords that a recruiter that is searching for a new person that is wanting to work in marketing looking for, okay? So these keywords, spread those just across your entire profile, okay? So tell your story, use the points that you have already elaborated on your CV or your resume, but you can be a little bit more extensive. You can write a little bit more on your LinkedIn profile. Always make sure that the most important keywords are on the top for you, yeah? Because sometimes you have to open up, so you have to click on the LinkedIn profile, you have to click to open up more information for particular positions, okay? So make sure that the three most important points in your career or in these particular steps along your along your career are on the top, so that nobody ever has to click on see more, read more, okay? So this is something that you want to keep in mind. Then with regards to knowing your audience, always think about who is supposed to read that. Are you talking to colleagues of yours on your LinkedIn profile? Are you interacting with colleagues? Are you interacting with other companies? Are you interacting with customers? Are you interacting with coaches? Whatever your audience is, you know best who is your audience. And when you are a job seeker searching for a job in engineering, for example, you know best what kind of keywords are there. And if you don't know what I mean when I'm talking about keywords, you can also use a little bit of or some hints from job ads that you've read. So if you're a job seeker right now and you're searching for a job in engineering, and there are positions out there, whether they are in Germany or anywhere else in the world, there will be opportunities for open positions, and use that. So one particular job ad that you find most interesting, so the position that you find most interesting, and then read from the tasks and read through these responsibilities and also read the skills, and then highlight for yourself what the key points are in those. What are those keywords? And then you can use those to match them with your story that you're telling on your LinkedIn profile, okay? So if you have any questions with regards to that, just simply let me know and write that in the comments. So this is the most important part. Tell a story and know your audience. So who are you addressing when you are setting up your profile? Who are you talking to? Who are you contacting? Who are you connecting with on LinkedIn? Then make sure that you're using the same language that those people are using as well, okay? But be very careful also with very generic terms such as like innovative and so on, because everybody wants to use those words, but make it very industry specific. Make it specific to your career, make it specific to your industry, to your field of expertise, okay? And then obviously you want to use your profile and show that there is a purpose. And there are 3 different things that you want to think about and work on and improve if you have not nailed those parts of your LinkedIn profile yet. So first of all, it's your headline, okay? So you want to make sure that you are using that section. So you have your name and then obviously a little headline underneath that you can use. It's the section which introduces yourself briefly and concisely. So you're talking about who you are, what you offer, what you're looking for. You could also state your current degree or your qualifications. You could also talk about the job offers that you're interested in, or you could also tell people whom you are helping and how you might be able to help them. Okay. You could also take a look, if you want to get a little bit of inspiration, you can take a look at the headlines that your colleagues are using or other people that are other peers that are working in your field of expertise as well, and use that to improve your headline. Okay, so just get some inspiration. Don't copy it, but get an inspiration. What are those other people writing? Am I using the right language for my particular audience, for my target audience? Yeah. And then you go a little bit further down. So when you scroll down, then you normally get, if you take a look at your own profile, you get an overview of your dashboard and so on. But then there is this little section called About, and a lot of job seekers are not using that About section. So it's kind of like a summary or an info, and you can further talk about your skill set, your expertise. And this is where you put in all of the keywords that are important for your target audience and that are important for the recruiters who are seeking people like yourself in your field of expertise. Okay, so you could here name some, you could highlight different things, so specific subjects that you're interested in, specific projects that you've worked on, or also some work experience that is most interesting, that was most interesting, or that has developed you the most, something like that. Okay, so highlight specific aspects in that About section. Make sure that you always take a look also at what are other people doing in your area, what are other people doing in your industry, okay? Because it's not much of a point to have a very, very, very extensive LinkedIn profile if you are, for example, not selling anything on there, or if you are only, if you're, for example, a job seeker, but you are not a coach like myself. So if you are taking, for example, a look at my LinkedIn profile, you will find lots and lots of information on there, because I'm talking about my projects. I'm talking about all of the things that I'm doing as a coach. But as a job seeker, normally the coaches that I'm working with, they just simply put a different focus on their LinkedIn profile. So it's more about work experience. It's more about those skills and knowledge that they have gained, rather than, for example, all of the posts that I'm doing, or those polls that I'm sharing with you guys. Yeah. So this is something that you need to keep in the, that's why it's important for you to know your audience. Okay. Keep that in mind. Then obviously, if you scroll further down, so it's kind of like, yeah, almost at the bottom. So you have then talked about your experience, you've talked about your educational background, and then there are some parts called licenses and certifications. Obviously, use these sections if you have any certifications that you want to share, and you could include also any sort of training that you've gotten or that you've participated in while you are at your job right now. Then you could also share voluntary experience, that's possible. And that's a very, very important section. And this is something that you should focus on right now, whether you have a job or don't have a job right now. But it's the part about the skills and endorsements. Okay, so it's kind of like knowledge and skills, and here you can talk about the different skills that you have, and then it's possible for other people that are interacting with you on LinkedIn that they can support that. So they can give you something like a thumbs up, or like just simply click on support, and they can just simply support that idea. And because they have worked with you, they could be your colleagues, maybe you've talked to them, and they just simply know that you're good at this, what you have stated in your skills and endorsements section. Okay. And Outside Multicultural Magazine is here. Hi, thanks for joining me. So this is really, really helpful. And you can also take a skills quiz there, which can also then help you with your skills and endorsements in that section. And then after that, there is also another section that is called recommendations. And that is something that you can also work on right now, whether you already have, whether you have a job or whether you currently don't have a job. Give other people recommendations and ask them to do the same for you. Okay, so it's a give and take. So basically, if you support another person, a colleague of yours, your manager, or whoever, with a recommendation from your side, you can also ask kindly to get a recommendation on your LinkedIn profile as well. Okay, because this will then help future recruiters and future employers to get an idea of what other people think of you. Okay, so this is something that you should definitely not underestimate. Then obviously choose your photo wisely and also use a cover picture, and do that carefully. Okay, so many job seekers normally just use a general picture of their head, a headshot, but they don't ever think about using a cover picture in the background. Okay, but this is actually something that you can do, and you can prepare that on your own. And if you want to have a great website where there are great designs for free most of the times, it's called Canva. So that is something that I can recommend to you all. Make sure that here again, you are telling your story. You're consistent with your story that you're telling. Okay, so make sure that it's a professional photo of you that you're using in that little circle. And then for your cover picture, you want to make sure that you are giving an idea of who you are as a person or who you are as a worker. You could use some aspects of your industry, anything that is related to your field of expertise. That could be very valuable for your cover picture in the background. Okay, again, here you can take a look at other people's profiles to get an idea of what they're doing. Yeah, so some people are using just simply minimalistic shapes, other people are working with different colors. Then there are specific people who are working, for example, if you're working with a lot of machines, you could use a picture of this machine that you're working with, and so on. Yeah, something like that. So just to just get inspired by other profiles, and then come up and set up with your own cover picture, which you can easily do with Canva. Other people are also just simply using like keywords in their cover picture to talk about those things that like focus on their or highlight their skills that they're best in, or something like that. And for example, myself, when you take a look at my profile in the background, you will see my values. Yeah, so my 3 most important values that are there, and this is basically what I'm sharing with my people, with the people, with you who are taking a look at my work, at my profile. And these values are fairness, authenticity, and empathy. And these things are very important to me. And that's why I put that in the cover picture. Then obviously you want to have this profile slogan, and the slogan should be like a combination of 2 to 3 keywords. And here you can also work with little icons. Okay, so icons are really helpful in that space because it just mixes up the text that you've written, okay? You could also here use the slogan to write about your mission or what you're offering and so on. And then obviously you want to make sure that your contact information is on point. You can now use your LinkedIn profile to use or showcase even more contact information. You have your own website, great, put that in there. You have a different email address, great, put that in there. But make sure that there are no mistakes, no spelling mistakes and so on, yeah? So make sure that everything is correct, like you do when you're double checking your resume, for example. Then you could also implement your Twitter, or you can write down your instant messaging ID for Skype, for example. You can have several email addresses, not just one, and so on. And this is really helpful if you don't have enough space on your CV or a resume, right? Just implement that in LinkedIn, because if a recruiter then wants to find out more about you, they can go on your LinkedIn profile and find even more. And now I want to share a really, really great pro tip for a lot of you job seekers out there. Did you know that you can make up your own bespoke URL? Because that is actually something. So a very bespoke URL according to your account. LinkedIn allows you to adapt your own profile URL. Yeah, so to make it more readable, to make it easier to remember, you can come up with a very fancy name for whatever it is that you're offering, for whatever it is you're doing. Yeah, so when you're clicking on a particular profile, you don't want to have like linkedin.com / and then 7, 8, 9, 10, all of these numbers, but you can make sure that your LinkedIn URL is bespoke and extraordinary. And here you can take a look at other people again. And then obviously there are URLs that might be taken already, but then LinkedIn will tell you so. But this, if you do that, it looks a lot more professional on your LinkedIn profile. Okay, so you want to make sure, because LinkedIn is a professional network. Okay, and that's why you want to make sure that you come across very professionally. Okay, and that's why you want to make sure that you have a bespoke URL. And then there are some very useful tools that you can use in order to improve your LinkedIn profile even further. Okay, so there is you can always get a general overview of what LinkedIn is about for job seekers. This is a general PDF file of several pages, and you can go through that where everything is explained step by step. You can obviously download that and go through it in your own time. Then there are different LinkedIn online courses that you can use in order to improve anything that is related to job seeking. Okay, so first of all, I would highly recommend for you to LinkedIn's very own online course on job hunting via LinkedIn. There is a German version and there is an English version. The English version is called Rock Your LinkedIn Profile. Yeah, and this is something that is really, really helpful for you. So if you already know a little bit of German, then go ahead and use the German version, and then you can practice your German skills as well. But if you're not that confident with the German language yet, go on and just type in Rock Your LinkedIn Profile. So there's normally this education center. There's this part where you can learn through LinkedIn, and this is for free. So you can access that for free. You don't even need to have the premium membership for that, but you can go on that, and then there are several videos and explanations on how you can actually improve your LinkedIn profile, specifically if you are a job seeker. Okay, then once you are in that particular region, in that area of LinkedIn where all of these online courses are, you can search for other job search courses. Okay, and then there are also very helpful courses on, for example, job interview preparation, cover letter writing, resume writing, and so on. Okay, or And also one course that is really, or one video that is really helpful that you can find on YouTube is how to use the LinkedIn jobs page. Okay, so just type that in. There is a LinkedIn jobs page that is very helpful for you if you're currently seeking for a job. And also what I found when researching all of that, and also something that I'm always sharing with my coachees is that there is a list of the top 100 useful LinkedIn groups for job seekers. Okay, so there are groups on LinkedIn as well, and you shouldn't underestimate those, because you can actually find great, valuable connections through these groups. Be very active. Take your time to take a look at these groups and go through the posts that are in that particular group. What are people talking about? Are these topics interesting to you? Are there other people that are talking about something that you think is really, really cool? Then get in touch with those people through that group, okay? So you don't have to be in 100 groups. You just need to make sure that you find those groups that you're most interested in, and then engage in those groups. Yeah, so interact with other people, with other group members, and so on. Okay, so the two hints or two homework that I would give you is basically improve your LinkedIn profile to that point that you are telling a story that is convincing, and obviously you want to tell the truth. Showcase who you are as a person, present your successes and your projects and so on, but make it an entire story. Yeah, a story that is catchy, so that people really want to learn more about you, because that might be the first step for you to be invited to a job interview. And then the second homework is participate in groups and discussions, and then get in touch with those people that are in those groups. Okay, so this is basically everything that I wanted to share with you guys today. I hope that it wasn't too much of information. You can go through that video on your own again, through on my LinkedIn channel, on my YouTube channel, sorry. And I'm going to link down below the first video that I made a couple of weeks ago, or a couple of months ago already, on the brief overview of LinkedIn, because today it was more into the details. Okay, so it was really lovely of you guys to be here and join me here today. I wish you a wonderful week, and I hope to see you all tomorrow at the Tech Jobs Fair USA. Okay, thank you and bye-bye.